You know what I wanted to start with? Just talk a little bit about why you're here.
I think it's all Michael's fault, because he got in touch with me about a year ago. He asked me about this project I started 28 years ago. So it was kind of funny that the tapes got put in my garage, and I forgot about them because I was on tour with Yes and recording other albums and things like that.
To activate the thing into now, I just need to change the violin note. It's you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Michael, bless him, we got together in California where I live, and he said, why don't you come over to Orlando and do some work on the tapes and make the music happen.
It needs to be a little softer, doesn't it? Like as far as like sound.
Yeah.
Let me find
You want me
it.
to wait a couple before I come in?
No, come in right in. Like a bull in a china shop. It's been an ongoing 27 years later, we're finishing it. It's kind of crazy.
To be as passionate as you are about creating
Yeah.
at this stage in your life.
Well, these are the best years because, you know, gosh, what else am I going to do? It's kind of, I'm creating more than I ever created musically, and I just added some more harmonies here and there. I think I re-sang 2 songs, and so we're sort of finishing the album over the next month or so and trying to get it into the world this coming spring. Are we sort of ready? Ish.
So when you went through your health scare,
Yeah.
what did that do to you?
Well, we all go through it. We all go through some problems health-wise. It's part of life, you know. And my wife, God bless her, Jane, my Janie, she saved my life. I just stopped breathing. I had this very strong cough, that wheezing, and all of a sudden I couldn't breathe. And I staggered around in my house, and she helped me. And then they put me in a coma for 4 days. And that was that episode. It was a very funny year, 2008. I nearly drowned the New Year's Eve of 2008 in Kauai. And then I had this episode of stopping breathing. And then I had another problem that came through. And I think it was a combination of things that made me have to have 7 operations, one every 3 weeks over a period of 4 months. And you know, they just fixed my machine, my innards and stuff. And I've never been healthier or happier in my life.
What about the mental games that must have played with your head?
Well, I didn't worry too much. My wife Janie did, you know, and my kids, of course. But I just thought, if I'm able to come out of this alive, and I'll get on with the great work. Because I always think there's great music to create, and there's always great music to be done, and that's what pushes me along. You know, the idea that you can't say, oh, I'm going to go in the studio and make some music that's not as good as it was 5 years ago or 10 years ago or 20, 30 years ago. No, I always think the next stuff I'm going to do is just going to be amazing. Because why not? You know, you can't think on any other sort of level, really. Nama, nama, nama,
So many people, John, see life, many people in your industry too, see as a slippery slope. You know, after 30, 40, you're kind of like riding the wave. How do you look
I'm the
at
opposite way.
what is it like in your 70s?
Well, as I say, I'm healthier. I sing as strong as ever. I have a great friendship with a lot of musicians throughout my career, and I hold them very dear. You know, it's kind of interesting that sometimes you, like a family or a brother, musical brothers, we call each other, you know. And sometimes you don't agree with each other, and sometimes you don't see each other for 2 or 3 years, and then you get back together and so on. So music always brings you together. It's the music that makes it all worthwhile.
Was it a blow when Yes moved on without you?
Well, at the time, I'm a very strong-willed guy. You know, when Chris and Steve decided to throw me out of the band because I wasn't able to tour, I just said, okay, I'm going to go on tour as a solo artist.
Some are born to run, some are born to fly. It's the essence of the love we built in every man. Some are born for fun, some are born for lies. Do not regret a moment living out your life.
Something else that you have discovered that fascinates me, and I don't think enough people really get it because there's a lot of misconceptions about it,
Right.
is meditation, the power of meditation.
Yeah, we all do it in different forms. There's prayer, that time of silence in your mind, and when you're sitting in a garden or something like that. I just learned to over the years, and I was fortunate enough to get a spiritual teacher to come into my life and teach me how to meditate, sort of very deeply.
You're so unlike, do you see this, unlike most rock stars? You seem
I
to,
don't know that many.
You seem to have a real curiosity and affection for people,
Yeah.
where many try to isolate.
Well, you know, when you get success, you tend to think this is all that is, and then when all of a sudden you realize, you know, the world is full of so many incredible adventures, and you got to learn to experience them. And that's what I started doing probably mid-70s. You know, I just started to wonder why.
So not only do you see things like that,
Right.
which many of us miss, you are able to avoid so many traps that your peers have gone through. Drug addiction.
Yeah.
That you were never in drug issues, were you?
Not really. No, I used to, you know, I smoked marijuana. I loved that, and I enjoyed drinking. And then all of a sudden I said, okay, I've had enough of that. I'll just get on with life. And then I met my second wife, who was my angel. Okay. Just mix them down into the song. Now,
Yep.
I think.
What can we learn about life from what John
It's very
Anderson
simple.
has seen?
It's very simple. We only live for one thing and one thing alone, and that is to find the divine energy within you that is connected to the divine energy that surrounds us.
You said something we'll end with that you said at the very beginning. You've done major albums. You've
Yeah,
created
yeah.
beautiful. This is the best time of your life.
Yeah. I can't start thinking it's not. It is the best time. It's for me more adventurous. I just said I went on the Avatar thing here in Disney World, me and my wife, and it was like, I can't believe I'm flying with the dragons in Pandora.
You're not
It
afraid.
was unbelievable.
You're not afraid of new things. You're not afraid to take risks. You're
The
not.
technology is amazing. You know.
You're not afraid to fail.
No. I've done that many times.
And you have a lot more you want to do and a lot
Yeah,
more you
yeah.
want to say.
A lot. Well, just keep on going.
Yeah. Enjoy life.
Thank you.